Good day everyone! I am Marie Cristianes from BSIT 11. Today, I am excited to share a foundational overview of three pillars that shape our collective lives: politics, governance, and citizenship. While these terms are often used interchangeably, understanding the unique role each plays is essential for any modern student and member of society. So first, we were going to talk about politics, governance, and citizenship. So, why do we follow traffic lights, pay taxes, or vote? So first, politics po. Politics is not just about elections. It's the art of decision making in a group. It's how we negotiate who gets what, when, and how. Next is governance. This is the process of steering the ship. It's how those political decisions are implemented and how the rules of the game are managed. Then lastly, citizenship. This is your membership card to a country. It comes with the right like freedom of speech and responsibilities like following the law. So why it matters? Without these three, society would be in a state of anarchy or chaos. Example, think of Barangay General Assembly. Politics is the debate over where the new streetlights go. Governance is the actual installation and maintenance of those lights. Citizenship is the residents showing up to voice their concerns. So next is state versus government. So many people use these terms interchangeably, but they are very different. So first, what is state? State is a permanent entity consisting of four elements: people, territory, government, and sovereignty. On the other hand, what is government? Government is the group of people currently in charge of the state's administration. It changes every election. So the very basic explanation for this is the state is the ship itself, and the government is the captain and crew currently steering. So, ano ang role nito sa society natin, or what is the role in society? The state provides the legal identity and permanent home for its people, and the government provides services like health, education, and maintains order. So, for example, the Republic of the Philippines is the state. It stays the same whether it's a 1990 or 2026. The current administration or the president and their cabinet is the government. When an elections happen, the government changes, but the state remains. The last that we were going to talk about is evolution of Philippine politics. So first is pre-colonial or the barangay system. So we have three bullets. Before the Spaniards arrived, we had independent or the barangays led by a datu. And the second bullet is the datu acted as the executive, legislative, and judge all at once. So, governance was based on the kinship and local custom. So, second is colonial era or yung centralization. So, we have two bullets here. So, Spanish period. So, sa Spanish period, power was centralized in Manila under a governor general. This was the first time the Philippines existed as a single political unit. And next is American period. Introduced the democratic model, the three branches of government, and the concept of public education for citizenship. Third is contemporary or democratic governance. So after the 1986 EDSA revolution, the 1987 Constitution was established. Today, we have a presidential system with the separation of powers, which is executive, legislative, and judicial, to ensure no one person has too much power. So, the example for this is the Sangguniang Kabataan or SK. It's a unique Philippine example of modern citizenship, allowing you to participate directly in local governance, something that didn't exist in an old Datu system. So, politics is the talk, governance is the action, and citizenship is the participation. So, understanding the difference stays loyal to our country even we disagree with our current leaders. So, always remember that as citizens, our role didn't end at the pre-colonial barangay. It evolved. Today, our voice is our greatest political tool. Use it wisely. So that's all for today. I hope you learn something about politics, governance, and citizenship. So thank you everyone.